Hello, I am Zane, and this is.
Eric, his father.
And welcome to We Disagree. Um, this is a series where we're just going to be sitting here and talking about random topics. Really just thought this would be fun to try out, something simple to do. And honestly, at first we really didn't know what we were wanting to talk about first. So we
Decided to make this one authentic and just start off the improv and see where it goes.
pretty much.
We're wanting to reach out to an audience that may have gone through some of the things that we've gone through as challenges for father to son and disagreements between parenting and custody battles, all kinds of different things that we dealt with. And as one we're dealing with now that we're going to the gym, obviously trying to trim that fat. That's one. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Food tastes great.
Especially when you limit how much or what time span you can eat.
Yeah. Belly starts growling like a bear and you want to eat more. Luckily, I got a son like this who has the discipline where I got the high hopes with no self control.
I wouldn't say that I have di- high discipline.
You wouldn't?
No, I would say more of I have some discipline. If I was doing this by myself, I probably wouldn't be able to.
I think we can actually agree on that part because it's kind of feeding off each other's juice there because I have discouragements of my own that I have hurdles I fight to where sounds great the night before and then I sleep on it and I wake up the next day like to say I said I wanted to get up at 6 a.m. to go jogging and I seen it all in my head and it looked so perfect. 6 o'clock rolls around here, the alarm go off. All of a sudden these second thoughts kick in and it's like yeah, not such a great idea now.
Yeah. Um, in later episodes, we are probably going to delve into some deeper topics. Today, we're just kind of trying it out, and we're going to keep it a little more lighthearted. So, Dad, I got a question for you:
Yeah,
pineapple and pizza, yes or no?
it has to be a yes or no.
Up to you.
It's fucking sacrilegious.
You know, what do you think that?
Well, like we discussed before, off camera, before we got on the camera about the pineapple and the pizza, and you had said you thought the pineapple complimented it or whatever compliment. What was it you said?
The chicken jalapeno pineapple pizza.
But yeah, you said something about the pineapple complimented the jalapenos or something. It was like the sweet and sour.
A sweet and spicy chicken.
Yeah, you was like it was. You said it went nice. I thought it was more of kind of a. I thought it was kind of mean to the jalapeno. It's kind of rough.
Yeah, I'd honestly have to disagree on that.
Yeah,
Pineapple on pizza is amazing. I love it. It just adds this little bit of sweetness, a little bit of tang to the pizza that it was missing. It doesn't go on all pizza, we'll say that, but pineapple on pizza is a good choice.
just go on any pizza. I mean, it has a place on cake. It has a place as its own.
I disagree on the cake part, actually.
Yeah, we just recently went through this on the pineapple upside down cake. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I ate more than my share. He didn't even eat his share.
yeah. I tried one piece and just didn't like it. Then again, I don't like sweets for the most part anyway.
I want to not like sweets. So anyway, this is we had got on AI and we've been working a lot on AI, trying to work together to do we're trying to build a father son business, and the podcast is kind of something we're doing for fun. But on top of that, we're trying to build a business, and we're trying to learn AI, and that's from a father's perspective. And mind you, I've got a bachelor's in electronics, electronical engineering, to be exact, from way back in 2004 when it seemed more practical with electronics. And I mean, it's kind of crazy now. I feel out of my element with it. And my son actually is more advanced on electronics than I am, and I spent $70,000 to figure out how to be. So, what's your perspective on the AI and what we're doing right now?
Well, for the AI itself, it's definitely been a big help for what we're trying to do. It's helped answer a lot of questions. It was fun messing around with it the other day, trying to create that website through the AI coding, or not the website, the little app. When we were just trying to learn, trying to create like an image generator. We're still working on it.
Yeah, speaking of that, if anyone has a solution to where we're stuck at, that'd be fantastic. We're actually stuck at what point are we stuck at right now?
We've got it loaded up and everything. It's just having issues connecting to.
Permissions, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a permissions issue for Hugging Face API to access the tokens.
Yeah, we're trying to be able to do a D&D
Image
big
generator.
generator, and we're running into where it's not allowing us to have the permissions to generate our own images by giving a description. So if there's anyone out there, we'd be grateful to have that help on that.
Yeah, back to the actual AI talk. I will say it has been a big help trying to actually use it as just a tool that we're trying to build with. A lot of it still flies over my head, but then again, we've only started like not even a week ago, so that's expected. But from the little we've done with it, I feel like it's going to go a long way from where it is now. And I'm hoping by us jumping on the bandwagon right now, it's going to take us a long way.
I'm optimistic, but also I'm a little pessimistic about it because I feel that by the time we get up to speed and we're able to generate cash flow and income using AI, that general intelligence is going to be out and it's going to generally outdate us again.
And then we just hop on a general intelligence. We can use the knowledge we gained from the AI to transfer fields at that point.
Yeah, I guess we could, huh?
Yeah.
Two different perspectives.
Now,
So I wouldn't mind discussing, since this is our first one, a little bit. What is it? Okay, let me give you a little bit of explanation here to everyone out there. I had my son in my life till he was 10, and then we had some disruptions that I choose not to go through just because to honor the mother side of this, and I don't want to put her down or in any perspective, regardless of my opinions. So for over 10 years, I couldn't speak to her, speak to my children or talk to them. Now, to me, mentally, that completely crushed me. Lost my career. I mean, I went down to a turmoil. I was at the point where I should have probably been in a loony bin. Honestly, I was very self-destructive, very um, angry with everybody, and I'm just now since I've had my son back in my life for 3 years. Now has it been 3 years?
lower 3 years now,
No,
yeah.
3 years. I've slowly been able to come to terms with the trauma that I went through with that, and I'm curious to hear what your perspective on this is from your point of view from what we've gone through.
Well, when it first happened, I was confused and angry for a good few years. When we first moved down to Texas, it was a very weird time. I didn't know what to do with myself anymore. I didn't really try to succeed in school like I used to. I actually almost failed a year because of it.
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
Another part of that is going down to Texas. Well, here in Iowa, there isn't standardized testing every year. When we had moved down to Texas, they had this thing called the STAR test. Every student take every year for multiple topics, and we joined right before there was that testing was started. I'd missed like 3 4 weeks of school. The curriculum's completely different. I'd failed the test, the math test at that.
Wow.
and I had to come back for summer school that year.
You failed the test. Isn't most isn't the basic skills test, wasn't that based on Iowa? I mean, isn't that where it derives from?
No, the STAR
Am I
test
wrong?
is an academics test. It's going to be your science, your math, your history,
Okay.
and it's just three tests that you have to take at the end of the year to even pass the school year.
Yeah, for everyone out there to know that I was lucky to make it like ninth grade, not in school. I had trauma back from a split up family, and like seventh grade, I used to have pretty good grades, but after seventh grade, started daydreaming, had a lot of stuff go on, and I just went like that. So I ended up, I was in my 20s when I went and got my GED, and then it wasn't until I was 29 I started college, 28. I believe it was 2002 I started college, and that was
You,
when he was born, and I decided to change and find a new direction. So that's kind of a little background. So when we talk about school or history, yeah, I'm lost. So
well, myself, after those first couple of years, I was able to pick on my academics again. I actually graduated high school a little less than a semester early. I graduated February 29th, 2020.
you know what I find strange? He might not, but he moved down to a little small town called Viter. Small town. But this is like a fucking huge city right next to it. But it's like going from city life, and then you go 2 miles, and it's still the city that changes into that small town. I mean, there's like no separation, and now all of a sudden you're in the backwoods like you living in Kentucky. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
just it's like you go from California to Kentucky, and within half a mile to a mile.
Yeah.
It's wild. I've never seen anything like it.
And then if you go the other way, you have the giant Rainbow Bridge. You never went over the Rainbow Bridge, did you?
No, that's how I got kids. I didn't go over the Rainbow Ridge.
But yeah, the Rainbow Bridge. It's this massive bridge in Bridge City, Texas. It goes over this large bit of marsh area, like where it connects into the Gulf,
Okay.
and it's a couple hundred feet tall, and it starts ground level, and it arches like a parabolic curve.
All right.
It is so steep going up. It's like
Like the St. Louis Arch.
it's around that. Yeah, a
Pretty
little.
intense.
It's pretty intense. Yeah.
How
The,
high would you say at peak would it be?
about 200 feet.
Oh, that's pretty serious.
Yeah, it's a big bridge.
Does it sway when you're up there?
I don't know. I've only been on that bridge twice.
No.
I try not to go on that bridge.
Yeah. Huh.
Where was I? Oh yeah, Texas. I graduated February 29th of 2020. If you understand the significance of that date, please post that down in the comments. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm pretty sure it's obvious. Um, Graduated February 2020. 2 weeks later, COVID hits. So I may have been the year 2020, but I didn't have to deal with any of the first round of masks and the homeschooling and anything like that. Made it hard to find a job though.
2020 or when COVID hit, I was actually addicted to meth and out scrapping like I was some kind of hero with my buddy. And I remember that day that it announced there was nobody outside. It's like nobody, not even criminals were outside. But here, me and my my meth friend, we we're outside going everywhere, and not a single car out on the street. It was strange. It was really strange. It was odd to see nobody out driving in the city where I'm at. I mean, where there's always somebody out. There's all around the clock. There's always somebody out. You're not the only one. And in this case, we were the only ones. It was kind of a great experience. At the same time, a unexplainable experience. Like, because it was like nobody knew what was going to happen and how the world was going to be, and if this was the end of days, and all that fear and panic that was instilled in everyone. But yeah, but when you're on drugs, I guess you really don't care, huh? So
Well, actually, in Texas, it was a bit different. You'd still see everyone out and about. Before they forced the masks on, no one really cared about it in that town. It's only like the government buildings that were required to at that point. But it didn't get to the point where you were talking about until they said you have to wear a mask, you have to be within 6 feet. This is going into effect. You have to do this now,
yeah,
which made it hard to find work, as I said. I actually ended up working at a nursing home in a kitchen because that is they're essential workers, so I wouldn't have been able to get laid off because of it, or it was a nice place to work for that first couple of months of COVID. After that, I went to work at the Popeyes for the first time, and yeah, I worked there for over a year.
I don't know what to think of Texas when I came down there and visited with you before you came back here. I really don't know how to express my feelings about that place. It was. I don't know if I'd live there. I don't know if I would live in there. Maybe Louisiana next door. Maybe Florida for sure. I probably might try out California, because I like the coast. I'd like to go to the coast. But far as the coastline for Texas, I don't know. It's just Texas has got this certain vibe, this certain aura about them, and they got this ego to them. They're they got the southern hospitality, but they're also got the attitude of Midwest people. It's like their shit don't stink, and it's strange how they incorporate the two worlds. It's like I did some work in Texas, in Dallas, Texas for a while, and this literally happened. The same guy that was cursing me out and on the freeway as I'm driving, trying to figure my way out in this, these loops and stuff. Same guy is cursing me out. Ends up being the same guy that holds the door for me at fucking Whataburger. We ended up going to the same place. I mean, roughly the same time. And the gentleman opens the door and goes, "Here you go, sir." And I'm like, "Do you not recognize who I am?" He says, "Yeah, but that's Texas." He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." So a minute ago, we were enemies and road rage almost. And now here,
I
we're almost best friends, and you're going to hold the door for me like I'm a lady. Thanks.
I'm gonna
Appreciate
explain
you.
it. They don't hold
Please do.
grudges.
They
He
don't
was
hold their
ang-
emotions either.
he was angry at the time. Probably cooled off by the time he got there. At that point, there's no point in hold on to it.
Well, to be almost exact, he said it's every man for himself out there on
On I-10
the
or
Martin
on the
Luther
freeway.
or no the who's the president that was from there Bush or not. It's a fucking freeway that runs through there.
It's not JFK, is it? No.
No, it's
George Bush, George Washington.
yeah, it's their freeway.
Gonna look it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Meta. Hang on, give me a second, everyone. Hey Meta, what freeway is it that runs through Dallas, Texas, and Fort Worth?
Interstate 35E and Interstate 35W are the freeways that run through Dallas and Fort Worth. Interstate 35 splits into these two branches.
Which one is named after a president?
Interstate 35E is named the Simmons Freeway in Dallas, but Interstate
Alright, tell him
35W is named after Lyndon B. Johnson. However, I think you might be thinking of another freeway. I-30 isn't, but I-45 in Texas is named after the president. No, that one isn't.
Okay, what interstate is it it goes through Plano and North Dallas?
Interstate 635.
With Lyndon B.
also
Johnson.
known as the Lyndon B.
Okay, well, I don't believe that's the one I'm looking for, but anyways, just to keep things moving along. It's really bad there on that freeway. I mean, it's like rush hours is crazy, and the traffic's just so packed. It's overpopulated actually, and that's just kind of I think what his point of view was like it's every man for himself out there, and someone like me who was doing the speed limit was not doing the speed limit, you know.
Yeah, Texas is very flow of traffic, even though we have the highest highway speed limit. They have the highest highway speed limits in the country, I think.
Yeah, I mean everybody was doing almost 100 miles an hour, and
Yeah.
here I'm trying to do 70 like the speed limit says, and
Yeah, that's going to be I-10, I-20, I-30, I-35. It's going to be all in that area.
and I'll explain why I do the speed limit because I'm not one who usually obeys the speed limit. You know, I like to not I like to drive at my pace, but what had happened is right in North Dallas as I'm down there for a hailstorm doing some claims and stuff like that. I go through a yellow light and a cop pulls me over and I have to go to court for this. And I told him it was yellow light and he says that light was red. I said it was yellow. He said, well, yellow's red down here. And he goes, you're just going to have to go to court over it. And I was like, that's total BS. So from that moment, when he had also mentioned that, did you read the signs that say don't mess with Texas? I figured that, okay, it's whatever he wants to make it, and then I got to go prove differently. So, therefore, ended up paying the ticket. But thing was, is I decided at that point I wasn't going to mess with Texas. I'm there to make money, not to give Texas my paycheck. So that's why it ended up being that situation on the freeway. Yeah.
I don't think I have any stories like that. Oh, I've got a story for you from Texas. Did I tell you the time I almost get hit by a train that got derailed?
I got a friend who got hit by a train, literally down here downtown
Yeah,
Davenport.
you've told me about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was walking to school one day, right?
Okay.
I have to cross a train track to get to school. And this train derails in front of me, goes off the side, and just skids like a good 30 feet in front of me.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a moment. The thing that irritated me the most about it, I had to walk a whole 2 miles down, go over another set of train tracks, walk 2 miles back, and then walk like a half a mile to get to my school. So I was late to school because a train derailed.
For any sons out there listening, I just want to make a note. If you almost get killed, but not get killed, don't go home and tell your father. I have nightmares over this shit.
Sorry about that. It was 8 years ago.
But you're going to have me wondering every time you go somewhere. Are you accident prone? I mean, do you just bring this stuff about you? I mean, literally, did you not ditch a car not too long ago? We're not supposed to speak of that.
Oh.
I would not put any more detail on that story because that's supposed to not be out there. So, anyways,
I forget which story you're talking about. I'm assuming you're talking about the,
we'll talk about it off camera.
okay.
We'll talk about it off camera.
But yeah, speaking of vehicles, don't put spacers in your vehicle because you don't know how easy it is for those bolts on the spacers to break off. I got lucky. It was what? 4 of the bolts were missing and I was able to pull into a parking lot.
Yeah, he's got a Jeep, right? And the person you bought it from had spacers on it, so it brought the wheels out. And he didn't realize it, but there were some bolts broken that held the spacer on, wasn't it?
Held the tire on.
That held the tire onto the spacer?
Yeah.
Okay, so the spacer holding to the rim, what part of it was busted? Because the spacer attaches to the rim, and the tire attaches to the spacer.
I'm assuming there was hairline cracks on the bolts on the spacer that connected the tire.
Okay.
Because 4 of those snapped off when I was driving home from work.
Yeah, the spacers aren't bad, but it's like anything, they need maintenance and they also need replaced, and it depends on what kind of stress you put them under. He had them on his Corvette and nothing was wrong with that. So I mean, just making note here where we don't agree on the same topic there. It kind of makes the car look cool. I mean, instead of the tires tucked in, like you're trying to suck your belly in. You know, the tires I think should always come out to the fender wells. I mean, that's a good look. Who wants a vehicle to where, you know, it looks like the cartoon granny or something where her butt and everything's all bubbled way out here, but then she's got these tiny stick feet like this, looking like a chicken walking. You know, that's how your vehicle looks when your tires are always tucked in. That's how it looks to me. I think is, you know, like a chicken trying to go down the road.
You're making me think of the granny who runs the diner in Robots.
And where?
There's a movie called Robots.
Oh yeah, I know. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
You're making me think of the granny who runs the diner,
I'm not recalling her.
where she was very short, but she was like this long, with like little itty bitty legs.
Yeah. Or like the old cartoons and Christmas cartoons, like from back in my time, where the big old body and the stick legs.
I don't think I remember watching any of those.
No. Speaking of cartoons, you know Rudolph was kind of one of the worst fucking cartoons, but the best cartoon ever. I mean, as a kid, it's great, but if you really look at it from a psychological uh, point of view, it's actually damaging. I mean, the coach, for one, won't let nobody play with Rudolph because he's different. Um, the guy, the toy maker that wants to be a dentist, his boss ridicules him about being wanting to be something different and dream and be a dentist.
That's Willy Wonka. That's the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka.
No, I'm seriously talking about the dentist in Rudolph and Rudolph. There was a elf who made toys and he wanted to be a dentist.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah. Anyways, anyone who does remember it, if you watch it, I mean, it's all about segregation. It's all about racism and bullying. I mean, no wonder we have so many problems in the world.
Or if you're different, you're only allowed if you're useful.
And his parents shame him by putting something on his fucking nose because he's different, and telling him he's got to do that instead of expressing himself. Wonder where we went wrong. Huh? You know, don't be confident in yourself. You are not good enough. I mean, it's everything. It's a disaster. It really is. I mean, there's two ways you can look at it, I guess. If you had the right guidance, you know, like me as a parent, I would have been explaining. I would have let my kids watch it, but then I would have been explaining and trying to break down pieces of it with my children to make sure that there was no misinformation or misguided or taken any differently. I would have discussed it with my children. Or at least I like to think I would have. But like me, I didn't. We watched it. My parents never once talked to me about it or asked how I felt about how that storyline went and stuff like that, and or seen my point of view of it. And can I tell you, if they did, would have found out that my point of view, it sheltered me. It made me, especially with school, you know, kids being as cruel as they can, and the whole atmosphere of school about how it's set up is just devastating. You know, they it's set up to compete and to treat you like segregated and not really to express yourself. I mean, everybody knows the school system is whacked. So, on the way it's structured, at least. I mean, not information. Information is great. Knowledge is great, but it's the way it's structured. It's just bogus. But yeah, I mean, it actually reaffirmed all those insecurities for me having that kind of movie and getting to watch that cartoon like that, because it just molded me into that way. And it took me a long time to actually get confident. It took me a long time to actually believe in myself. I mean, even way up into my way adult years, up into like my 30s, before I actually really got confident. I mean, I was confident in my 20s, but nothing like I did when in my 30s, and started realizing that, wow, you know, I really don't have to give a shit what people think, you know. But I don't know. That's from my perspective, from my growing. What about you and your growing up? What you got something from you growing up?
Well, sticking on the confidence thing. When I was growing up, I had confidence, but I didn't have it everywhere, if that makes sense.
Sure, sure.
I was confident in the things I liked to do. I was confident around the friends I had, but everywhere else, I really wasn't that confident for a while. When it came to trying something new or going outside my comfort zone, I really wasn't that confident until I hit around high school, like 15, 16. That's when I started going out with my friends more. That's when I started trying out new things. That's where I did a lot of that stuff. Like the hog hunting story I've told you before. I did that when I was 16 years old. I was invited so many times before to do something like that, and I just didn't feel confident in it. When I was 16, I decided, fuck it, let's do it.
See, this is where we have where the separation has disrupted our relationship as well, because if you take the fact of when you left, I had a business, and he used to work in my business and everything, and he used to be real confident with that, and he would always want to come help, and he had no problem with confident issues as far as I recall, and I encouraged him to try all kinds of things. I mean, even stuff that I didn't understand, I would still assist him in and help him in, or help him find the knowledge, or find the information, or find the people with the information. So I was, from my point of view, that's kind of strange that you had those insecurities, and especially in those kind of areas of wanting to try something new, because for up till you were 10, I encouraged you and to follow to follow your passions, follow your ideas. I mean, look, we did an earn and learn program, remember? I mean, many times you earned tons of money just by coming up with, stuff that you wanted, and then we just made a plan for you to get knowledgeable on something.
I remember one time where I cheated the system on it. That Christopher Columbus essay I wrote you. You said to be front and back,
Yeah.
and I spaced the lines. If you remember that. You just said it had to be front and back. You didn't say it to fill the page.
4 pages. And it
I got you. I can cut
Cruz,
that.
you want to be on camera?
I can cut that out.
Come here. Come over here. Come right in between us.
Who's that?
Me.
Introduce yourself.
Say hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Cruz.
Are you in school, Cruz?
Yep.
What are you doing?
Boarding. I do math.
Yeah. What, you got a favorite subject?
Play-Doh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And cutting.
Yeah. Can I get a bite of that food you got?
No!
Got a favorite teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's that?
Smith Wild.
Oh yeah. Nice. Nice. Do you want to stay on camera a little bit longer?
Yep.
Okay, well, sit in and join in. Is there anything you want to share with the camera?
Well.
No, just talk to the camera.
Hello.
Tell them what you like.
Play-Doh and toys.
What kind of toys do you like?
Dinosaurs and chainsaws. Pretend chainsaws.
What are those?
It's toys chainsaws.
Yeah, you want to see the coolest toy ever?
Yeah.
I'll be right back, little
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
This is a kid my mom babysits. His name's Cruz. He bullies us all the time.
You ready, Cruz?
High volume.
I already know.
Oh, you know? So this was like no big wow moment or nothing?
Low battery.
Unfortunate.
Go
He
try
plays
it.
with his toys a lot. 23, he plays with his toys.
There's nothing wrong with owning a lightsaber or 3.
I may disagree. Well, I'm about the point that I feel like wrapping this up for a good first time.
Yeah.
for a final comment on me, I would like just to have anybody comment on anything. Any input would be helpful.
Or if
Thanks.
Go ahead.
Thanks for listening to our story.
Yeah, and if you guys have any comments you want to see us discuss, just put them down in the comments. Now, since this is going to be on YouTube, of course, got to do the customary. Please leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.
So, in conclusion, we disagree.
I'll say we do.
Agreed.